Guys, over 3,000 care workers have been told to leave the United Kingdom. Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to have you here. If you are seeing my face for the very first time, my name is Violet Okolocha. I live and I practice in the United Kingdom, and on this channel I share every juicy information to keep you updated. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. Do me a favor guys, like this video right now so you don't forget. Share this video with as many that will benefit from it, and of course don't forget to subscribe. Now guys, this is one of the latest immigration news that was published by Guardian precisely on the 11th of May 2024. I'll share it on the screen. I'll drop the link in the description box so that you can read for yourself. Thousands of migrant care workers have been threatened with deportation despite doing nothing wrong, after the Home Office took enforcement action against their employers. In one case, a brother and a sister from India who paid a recruitment agency £18,000 to secure care jobs in the UK, only to find out that they both have been scammed. We are told that they must find another company to sponsor them in 60 days or leave the country. Zainab, contractor 22, and her brother Ismail 25 had borrowed money from their relatives to cover the cost of moving to the UK. But when they arrived, they say the accommodation they had been promised did not materialize and they were not given any shift. Remember, they borrowed £18,000 from their family, from their friends, from their relatives to come to the UK. Now, they came here, they didn't have any job to do. On top of that, the Home Office has given them deportation letters to leave the UK in 60 days. Guys, I didn't tell you they did anything wrong. I didn't tell you they misbehaved at a place of work. They didn't do anything wrong. So this is painful. This sometimes brings tears into my eyes whenever I think about this, honestly speaking. Now guys, let's read on. In April, they found out that the company that had sponsored their visas has been stripped of its license to recruit workers from abroad by the Home Office. So precisely in April, the Home Office, the employer that brought Isma and Zainab, lost their license to sponsor care workers. So Isma and Zainab, both of them are from India, and they had to receive deportation letters to leave the country. But the enforcement action would also punish them. The siblings were sent letters saying that their sponsorship were linked to a sanctioned company. It was no longer valid. They have since applied to more than 300 employers in the hope of finding another company to sponsor them. But as is common, they have been unable to find an employer to take them. Guys, I've said it severally in all my videos I've done recently. Getting a job currently now is a big deal. I tell you, people in the UK, both of them, Zainab and Isma, sorry if I pronounced the name wrongly, they've done over 300 applications. Because you know, when you receive a letter from the Home Office saying that your employers have lost their license and you have 60 days to leave the country, you know it's heartbreaking. So everybody will want to do their best so that they get another employer to sponsor them. Both of them, the brother and the sister who paid £18,000 to come to the UK, £18,000, they have done over 300 applications. They are not in India, they are currently in the UK, but they have currently done over 300 applications, and yet they've not gotten an employer to sponsor them yet. That's to tell you currently what is going on in the United Kingdom. Abu moved from Makatra in India to build a better life for her 2-year-old son, said they now face returning home with debts they had no prospects of being able to repay. Unless they can find another sponsor by June, we don't know how we will survive, she said. Imagine, the lady herself has a 2-year-old son. It's not like she has worked in the UK. She came here, there is no work. Now, if she goes back to India and she has to look for £18,000 to pay their relatives that borrowed them that money, and she has not been working here, remember, no shift. This is the sad reality of some migrant care workers. Coming here, no job. I have said it several times. Do not pay for COS. Do not pay for COS. But it's so painful that people are still falling victim of this. Isma, the brother of Zainab, who quit his job as an investment analyst to come to the UK, said it is not fair. We are being thrown out without being heard. And honestly speaking, guys, I feel it is not fair. It's not like they committed a crime. It's not like they did something wrong only because their employer lost their license. And that is why they have to leave the UK or get another employer to sponsor them. This is really sad. Their case is not a one-off. An investigation by the Bureau of Investigative Journalism and the Observer has found out that 3,081 care workers have had their care sponsorship cancelled by the Home Office in 2022 and 2023. In 94% of cases, the reason for the cancellation was that the company that hired them had its right to sponsor workers revoked. Another care worker threatened with deportation described the experience as hell. Honestly, it is hell. The 32-year-old woman, Catherine, left her job as a teacher in Nigeria to become a care worker in the UK. She and her husband sold their land and car dealership business to cover relocation costs. So they sold all that they had. But she says she was not given the work she had been promised. The manager was not taking my calls. She said, we were frustrated and confused. This lady is from Nigeria. They own a car business. She's a teacher. She and the husband, they sold all they had. They came to the UK and yet there was no shift for them to do. She described the situation as hell. Honestly, it is even worse than hell. Imagine leaving your country, coming here and not having jobs to do after selling all you had back home. This is the situation currently in the UK. It is important you are aware. Don't pay for COS. I say it every day. This is what is going on. Before you leave your country, before you leave your African country, please look before you leap. Do not pay for COS. Many people have come here, paid for COS, and they don't get jobs to do. Honestly, it is frustrating. Now, Kemayo, registered manager of S&K Care 24, admitted no care worker sponsored by the company had been given any work because it had not managed to secure care provision contracts with local authorities. As a result, and because the company was acting as a recruitment agency, the Home Office revoked its license, its sponsor license. Catherine was sent a 60-day letter in March and has until mid-May to find a new sponsor or lose a visa. My experience in this country has been from one hell to another, she said. Guys, people are going through a lot. This is really sad. This is heartbreaking. Coming to the UK to work. You come to the UK, you have no work. The employer who employed you cannot see work to give to you. And on top of that, they lose their license. The Home Office sends you a letter that you have 60 days to leave the country. Currently now in the UK, the job is really tough. I tell you, people have done over 300 applications. They've not even gotten one sponsorship job. That's to tell you how hard it is currently. It is important to tell you the truth. I know we want to jackpot, but you must hear the truth before you jackpot. This is the situation currently in UK, and sadly, even in Canada, this is currently the situation. My lovely, wonderful people, I beg you in the name of God, look before you leap. Not all that glitters are gold. People are suffering. It is good that they are coming out to share their experience so that we can learn from them, so that we don't make the same mistake. Please, it is better to stay in your country and be managing than to come and face all this. Please. Now, this is so sad The Home Office said it had taken action to crack down on worker exploitation and abuse within the care sector and was working hard to support care workers into alternative jobs when their sponsor has had their license revoked. But when asked about what this support was, it did not provide details, saying only that the work was ongoing. Did you see now? The Home Office has said that they will do all their best to crack down all the employers that are exploiting care workers and try to see that if a care worker employer loses their license, that they try to support them. Instead of giving them letters to leave the UK in 60 days, they try to support them, they try to help them. But when they asked the Home Office, what are the plans? When are they doing this? They didn't give anything. They have only said that the plan is currently ongoing. So guys, this is the situation at hand currently, and this is so sad. Many migrants sold everything they have, and now they are at risk of deportation. The government asks migrant care staff to come here. So it is only right that when things go wrong and staff lose their sponsoring employer, that they help to find new work and longer to secure support for a new visa, honestly. Now, guys, a community activist and journalist who launched a petition calling on the government to try to scrap this 60-day rule said it was often not long enough to find another sponsor to arrange departure. He added that it was especially hard on families who had to find money for plane tickets at short notice, exit rental contracts abruptly, and pull children out of school. Innocent people are finding themselves abandoned when a previously legitimate sponsor loses their license. He said, aside from losing this overseas sponsorship license, employers who the Home Office felt that they were exploiting care workers and had to, revoke their license to continue to sponsor, they do not face consequences for that. The company still continue to operate as normally simply by hiring UK workers. So if they lose their, or if they have their license to sponsor overseas workers revoked and they face a punishment, probably they will understand what it means. Did you see that, guys? Now, so this is currently the situation, sadly. Migrant coming here to the UK to help out by working as a care worker, and when they come here, they don't have jobs to do, and not sooner or sooner than later, the employers who recruited them, the employers who sponsored them, loses their license to sponsor or have their license revoked, and the Home Office are sending them letters that they have 60 days to leave the country. And getting a job of sponsorship within 60 days is nearly almost impossible. Look at Zainab and Ismaila. Both of them have done over 300 applications, and yet they have not gotten any job. Remember, they borrowed £18,000 from their family and relatives back home, and now since they came into the UK, they've not had shift to do. Only God knows how they are surviving. Guys, this is currently the situation at hand. It's important you are aware so that you can make informed decision. I don't want this video to be too long, but this is where I say thank you so much, guys, for watching. Have a beautiful day, and leave your comments in the comment section. Thank you.